Good afternoon, all. Let me start with the first chapter, the living world. Minimum to maximum. Only one MCQ will be asked in NEET exam. So let me start that, the living world. When you see your surrounding atmosphere, at the time big mountains, forest, desert, or springs, ocean, this many types of the habitats are there. Habitat means the organism which live in the particular area, that is known as habitat. So on earth, you observe that two things, living as well as non-living. Non-living and living. So non-living things are included in the physics as well as chemistry. Fine. So in physics you study the physical particles, and in chemistry you study the chemical components. So non-living components are included in physics and chemistry. Whereas living components are included in biology. So non-living means the organism which cannot consist the life, we say like that. Living means the thing which consists the life, and non-living things means that it cannot consist the life. Fine. So what is life? Let me discuss. If you think about that, what is life? It is very difficult to give the definition of this. Fine. So the organism or the substance which consists the now we are discussing the few features. The few features which the substance can consist, all these things, it is known as living organism, and that is known as life. So which characters are there? Characteristic of life. Okay? Which characteristic of life? First, growth. Second, reproduction. Third, metabolism. Then development. ability to identify the environmental changes, ability to identify the changes in the environment, then adaptation, then maintenance of inheritance, variation, and last, death. So, the substance which consists or the organism which consists the environmental changes so these many features are there. Particular, give the respond to the environmental factor. So responsiveness, fine, that is adaptation, fine. So all these characters consist substance that is known as living organism, and we say that it is living one. So let us discuss one by one in detail of this. Fine, first, growth. What I mean by growth? So generally we think about that growth is increasing. Growth means increasing mass and size of an organism. You know that growth occurs. You have learned the growth hormone in the 10th standard. So basically, we think about that growth is occurred due to the growth hormone. So what do you mean by growth? Growth means increase in the mass and the size of the cell. So generally we say that growth means increase in the number of the cells. Increase in the number of the cells. So mass is nothing but increase in the number of the cells. So we say that here increase in the number of the cells by cell division. By cell division. Fine. So here you remember that increase in the length and the weight of an organism, body parts, it is known as growth. For example, in child, short length is there. So gradually, when increase in the cell number, increase in the mass, fine, increase in the size of the body part, in this way, height increases, weight increases. We say like that. So growth is a unique feature of each and every organism, but it is not there in the non-living things. For example, if the accumulation of the soil particles and then gradually increase in the length of the mountain, it is not a growth. Fine. So increase in the number of the cells by cell division, it is known as growth. So remember that here, now the most important point, in animals, growth is limited or determinate in animals, the growth is limited, or we say that undeterminate. Fine. Whereas in the plants, the growth is unlimited or undeterminate. Whereas in plants, the growth is continuous throughout the life. In animals, the growth occurs up to the few time only in the age. So we say that in the human being, up to 20 years, 18 to 20 years growth occurs. Afterwards, growth cannot occur. Yeah, it is true, but it is true related to the body parts. Fine, but hair growth, nail growth occurs continuously. Fine, but here we say that physical growth. Physical growth is limited. Fine, but growth is defined as a increase in the number of the cell as well as increase in the size. But here I have to differentiate that growth in unicellular organism as well as multicellular organism. So, in unicellular organism, means the organism which consists only one cell. The growth is reproduction, or the reproduction is growth. Because you know that in unicellular organism, just like amoeba, when one amoeba is divided into two cells, you know that binary fission. So one amoeba divided into two parts and two amoeba are created. So that is known as growth, but it is also known as reproduction because unicellular organism is there. Fine, but in multicellular organism, the cell division, increase in the number, is known as growth. In multicellular organism, just like human being, so in our body, increase in the length of the body parts, increase in the length of the bone as well as of the muscle. Fine. So we say that in multicellular organism, due to the cell division, growth occurs. Fine. So here, in unicellular organism to the multicellular complex organism, growth is a unique feature. Fine. So growth is over. Now, metabolism. or reproduction we will take it later on because much more portion is there. Metabolism, let me continue with that. Fine. The sum of all physiological processes occur inside the body. For example, in our body, digestion, respiration, circulation, movement, locomotion, excretion, fine, reproduction, growth, development, all these type of the physiological processes are simultaneously known as metabolism. So, metabolic activity can be performed only and only in the living system. Fine. So, metabolism is the sum of the two processes. Metabolism is equal to the sum of the two processes, anabolism plus catabolic process. So, metabolic process is equal to anabolic plus catabolic. Let me continue with the anabolic process. It is energy gaining process. See, anabolic process is energy gaining process in which the energy is gained, it is received, it is stored. So that procedure is known as anabolic process. It is also known as endergonic process. It is also known as endergonic process in anabolic process, the simple components are converted into complex components. For example, here the photosynthesis. Here, this process, this is the equation for the photosynthesis process. So here what happened? Carbon dioxide and water. Carbon dioxide and water, these are simple components. So with the help of the carbon dioxide and water, in the presence of sunlight and the chlorophyll, the photosynthesis process occurs. And carbon dioxide now join with the water and form the complex molecule, that is glucose. So simple molecules are converted into complex molecule. That procedure is known as anabolic process. So now the catabolic process is exactly opposite to it. Catabolic process is energy releasing process. Energy releasing, also known as exergonic process. Fine. So during this process, the energy is released. Here, what happened? Complex components are converted into simple components. For example, here, respiration process. You know that why we perform the respiration? Because actually it is not much more tough. Fine. So here the complex component, exactly the photosynthesis process is reversed. That is the process of the photosynthesis. C6H12O6 plus 6O2 converted into 6 water and 6 carbon dioxide. So this is known as catabolic process. So in one test tube, if we kept the one cell, okay, and then cell consists metabolic process, it multiplies, and then multiple cells are formed there. It is known as metabolic process. So this is about completion of the description of the growth as well as metabolism only. This remaining topics we will take it in the next lecture. Fine.